What happens when the world's biggest pop star vanishes in the middle of the Mojave Desert? When a routine concert trip becomes an international crisis, who do you call? And when a TV actor and his talking car become the only hope for saving a legend, how far into danger would you go? This is the story of how David Hasselhoff and Kit rescued Michael Jackson from armed kidnappers, and why the world's most famous entertainer owes his life to a black Trans Am with a red scanner light. It was July 1987, blazing hot in Southern California. David Hasselhoff, 35 years old, was at his Malibu beach house on a rare day off from filming Knight Rider's 5th season. The phone rang at 9:47 a.m. "David, it's Frank DiLeo, Michael Jackson's manager." The panic in Frank's voice made David's stomach drop. "We have a situation. Michael's missing." Michael Jackson, the king of pop, fresh off the massive success of Bad, following Thriller's 40 million copies sold. At 28, Michael was the most recognizable person on the planet, and he was missing. "What do you mean missing?" David asked, already moving toward his garage where Kit was parked. He was driving from LA to Vegas for Bad tour rehearsals. Private car, 2 bodyguards, scenic route through the desert. Supposed to arrive at MGM Grand 4 hours ago. No contact. Phone dead. "David, the tour starts in 6 days. But more than that, Michael could be hurt. Have you called police?" David was already approaching Kit, the 1982 Pontiac Trans Am, gleaming black, license plate, Knight, catching the light. "We called everyone, LAPD, Nevada Highway Patrol, FBI getting involved. But David, you have resources they don't. That car, the technology. You're in Malibu. Michael's route goes through Mojave. If you left now," Frank's voice cracked. "Please, Michael loves Knight Rider. If there's any chance." David slid into Kit's driver's seat, key in ignition. The scanner pulsed to life. "Hello, Michael," Kit said. "It's David, Kit. Emergency. Michael Jackson missing somewhere in Mojave Desert. Disappeared 4 hours ago en route to Las Vegas. Can you access route information?" Accessing traffic cameras, satellite data. Michael Jackson's vehicle was black, 1987, Mercedes S-Class. Last confirmed sighting was Barstow gas station at 5:32 a.m. Vehicle appeared normal, Michael in backseat wearing sunglasses and fedora, 2 bodyguards in front. They purchased fuel and continued east on I-15. That was 4 hours ago. What happened after? Analyzing satellite imagery. David, approximately 43 miles northeast of Barstow, there's an area where cell coverage becomes unreliable due to terrain. Also where I-15 runs through particularly isolated desert stretch. If someone wanted to intercept a high-value target, that would be ideal location. Kit, map fastest route to that area. Scan for unusual activity. Abandoned vehicles, emergency signals, anything. Route calculated. Estimated arrival 1 hour, 17 minutes at maximum legal speed. Forget legal speed. We're talking about Michael Jackson. Push it. The Trans Am's engine roared as they hit Pacific Coast Highway. Within minutes they were on I-10, then I-15 heading northeast. Landscape changed rapidly. Ocean views gave way to suburban sprawl, then barren desert. Temperature climbed past 105 degrees. "Kit, anything on emergency frequencies?" "Negative. However, I'm detecting something unusual. 70 miles ahead, faint signal that could be vehicle's emergency beacon, but it's being jammed. Someone is actively blocking transmission." "That's not accident. That's intentional." "Agreed. Triangulating signal source." David, if this is organized kidnapping targeting someone of Michael Jackson's profile, expect armed and dangerous individuals. This isn't car accident. This is likely calculated abduction. I know, Kit. But we can't wait for FBI tactical teams. Every minute counts. 40 minutes into the drive, Kit's sensors picked up something. David, I'm detecting tire marks. Fresh, within last 5 hours. Vehicle left highway here, drove approximately 2 miles into desert, then stopped. Multiple heat signatures. 4, possibly 5 vehicles, all stationary. 9 individuals, possibly 10, too many for just Michael and bodyguards. Exactly. Organized operation. Also detecting weapon signatures. Assault rifles, possibly handguns. David followed tire tracks into desert. 2 miles felt like 20. Then he saw them. 5 vehicles arranged in rough circle around black Mercedes. 4 armed men visible, standing guard in brutal sun. They wore civilian clothes but moved with military precision. Professionals. Kit, any ideas? Scanning their communication frequencies. Encrypted radios, but I can break encryption. Give me 30 seconds. A voice crackled through Kit's speakers, rough and cold. Boss says price just went up. Jackson's people are panicking, means they'll pay more. We're now asking $5 million. Cash. Delivered by 6 p.m. today. No FBI. No cops or pop star becomes headline nobody wants to read. Another voice responded. What about bodyguards? Tied up in Mercedes with Jackson. They gave us trouble at first, but rifle to head calms anyone down. Jackson's been quiet. Shock probably. Keeps asking if we're going to hurt him. David felt rage building. Michael Jackson, one of most gentle souls in entertainment, terrified and held at gunpoint by mercenaries who saw him as nothing but paycheck. Kit, I need options. How do we get Michael out safely? 4 armed men we can see. Given communication, maybe more inside vehicles. Direct assault extremely dangerous. However, I have alternative. I can create diversion using sonic systems. Generate sound pattern mimicking approaching helicopters. Make them think law enforcement found them. In confusion, you could approach Mercedes from opposite side, extract Michael and bodyguards, escape before they realize what happened. What if they panic and start shooting? That's risk. But waiting for FBI tactical response means minimum 2 more hours in this heat. Temperature inside that Mercedes approaching dangerous levels. Heat stress indicators from signatures inside. They may not have 2 hours. Do it, Kit. But I need your ambulance configuration. If Michael or bodyguards are injured, we need to be ready. Understood. Activating medical emergency protocols. Kit's interior transformed. Passenger seat reclined into flat surface. Medical kit extended from dashboard. Advanced first aid equipment. Oxygen masks. IV fluids. Defibrillator medications. Everything mobile emergency room needed. Start diversion kit. Be ready to move fast. Kit's sonic systems activated, generating sound identical to multiple helicopters approaching from north. Deep thudding of rotor blades, distinctive whine of turbine engines, growing louder. Kidnappers reacted exactly as predicted. Confusion, panic, shouting. All 4 visible guards moved towards sound, rifles raised, attention completely diverted from Mercedes. David ran 400 yards across open desert, staying low using Mercedes as cover. He reached the car, tried door locked. Small device Kit had given him pressed against lock. Electronic mechanism clicked open. Inside, heat was overwhelming. Michael Jackson sat in back seat, fedora gone, sunglasses askew, hands bound with zip ties, sweat pouring down his face. Even terrified, those eyes were unmistakable. 2 bodyguards in front seats also bound, one with bleeding cut above eye. Michael's eyes widened. You're David Hasselhoff. Night Rider, am I hallucinating from heat? You're not hallucinating, Michael. I'm getting you out. Can you move? My hands are tied. For hours. Can't feel my fingers. David pulled out pocket knife, cutting zip ties quickly. Michael's hands were purple from restricted blood flow. Same for bodyguards. Can you both walk? The bodyguard with cut nodded. Yeah, get Michael to safety. No, we all get out together. My car is 400 yards southwest. Run fast. Run now. Don't stop. Michael tried to stand, stumbled. Hours in heat and stress had weakened him. David caught him, pulled Michael's arm over shoulder. They moved out of Mercedes just as kidnappers realized helicopter sounds weren't getting closer. It's trick. Check Mercedes. David, Michael, and bodyguards ran. Desert sand made every step difficult. Behind them shouts, then gunfire. Bullets kicked up sand. Run. Kit's engine roared, moving toward them. Closing distance. More gunfire. Kit's reinforced panels took 3 hits. David practically threw Michael into reclined medical position. Bodyguards dove into back seats. David was in driver's seat, and Kit was already moving. Hold on. More bullets hit Kit's rear, but they were accelerating away, heading back toward highway. Kit, medical scan on Michael. Now, scanning. Michael Jackson suffering from severe dehydration. Elevated core body temperature indicating early heat stroke, rapid heartbeat suggesting shock. Needs immediate cooling and fluid replacement. Do it. Kit's climate control went maximum, flooding interior with cold air. David grabbed a IV kit. Michael, I need to start IV. You're badly dehydrated. Michael nodded weakly. David started IV, connected saline drip. Cool fluids began flowing. Kit, fastest route to nearest hospital. Barstow Community Hospital, 47 minutes. However, 2 vehicles pursuing us. Kidnappers not giving up. David checked rear view. 2 pickup trucks. Modified for desert terrain, closing distance. Men with rifles in truck beds. Kit, any options? I can deploy smoke screen and oil slick, but in desert terrain effectiveness limited. Alternatively, I can call for law enforcement support. Already transmitted our coordinates to FBI and Nevada Highway Patrol. How long until they arrive? Minimum 20 minutes. We don't have 20 minutes. Michael needs hospital now. I have another option. I can generate electromagnetic pulse directed behind us. Would disable their vehicle's electronics without harming occupants. They'd be stranded but uninjured. Do it. Charging EMP. 30 seconds. Pursuit continued. Pickup trucks gaining. Rifles raising. Kit, faster. 5 seconds. Pickup trucks close enough. David could see drivers' faces. 3, 2, 1. Deploying EMP. Pulse of electromagnetic energy burst from Kit's rear scanner. Invisible, silent, devastating to unshielded electronics. Both pickup trucks' engines died instantly. They coasted to stop. Kidnappers jumping out screaming as Kit accelerated away. They reached Barstow Community Hospital 38 minutes later. David had called ahead. Staff waiting with gurney. Michael was conscious but weak. Doctors rushed him into emergency care, treating heat stroke and dehydration. 2 hours later, David was allowed into Michael's hospital room. King of Pop sitting up in bed, IV attached, color returning to face. David Hasselhoff, I'm sorry we had to meet like this. How are you feeling? Like I got hit by bus made of heat and fear, but alive. Thanks to you. They told me what you did. Drove into desert alone, faced armed kidnappers, carried me to your car, started IV while driving. You're really living the Night Rider life. Kit did most of the work. I'd like to meet Kit properly, when I'm not dying of heat stroke. He'd like that. He's fan of your music. Plays Thriller in his database all time. Michael laughed. They're in custody.
David said. FBI picked them up. Former military. They'd been tracking you for weeks. When they saw you taking road trip with just 2 bodyguards, they made their move. How much were they asking? $5 million. Michael shook head. Thank you, not just for saving my life, for treating me like person. You saw someone who needed help, and you helped. No cameras, no publicity, just kindness. That's what heroes do. At least that's what Kit taught me. Technology is nothing without compassion. 3 days later, Michael Jackson was released fully recovered. Bad tour went ahead as scheduled. Every show sold out, but Michael insisted on one addition. At every show, during encore, screens showed images of people who made difference in world. Teachers, nurses, firefighters, and in Los Angeles shows one particular image appeared. Black 1982 Pontiac Trans Am with red scanner light, license plate Knight. Audience cheered, not knowing full story. But Michael knew. Years later, Michael sent David a gold record from Bad album, inscribed, "To David and Kit, the real night riders who saved my life when it mattered most. Thank you for showing me that heroes exist off screen too. With gratitude and friendship, Michael Jackson." David kept it in his office, next to his leather jacket and photo of Kit, because some rescues don't make evening news, some adventures never get scripted, and some friendships begin in most unlikely places, like scorching desert where pop star, TV actor and Black Trans Am proved that courage and technology, combined with compassion, can overcome anything.